Well, we got a new gun, and I think this one I'm particularly excited for. Let's see what came in, but also let's thank the sponsor of this video. This video is proudly sponsored by Anderson Manufacturing. If you have ever wondered on building your own AR-15, Anderson Manufacturing is where it's at. With their affordable, low receivers, or if you want to buy a tricked out AR-15 like the Anderson Frontline, which we've proudly showed here on the channel, they got you covered. They are an American-made business right in Hebron, Kentucky, built in the US, great customer service, and they have a quality product. If you want to get into AR-15 building or just get into AR-15s, Anderson is where you want to go. Thank you, Anderson Manufacturing, for sponsoring today's video. Alright guys, welcome back. If you're new to this channel, my name is Joe. I run Shooting Gallery here. We do gun reviews, gear reviews, build offs, build videos, tutorials, podcasting. We do a whole bunch of stuff here that's all about the freedom community, all about the love of anything that sends down a bunch of hot lead. Guys, this video is something I've been excited for. I've been waiting for this to come in from this particular company, which is Anderson Manufacturing, the sponsor of the channel, this video, the podcast. We have a huge thanks in order for Anderson Manufacturing. They have been loving working with us, and we're proud to have them as the official channel sponsor. So, as you guys know, we actually have already done a lot of videos on the little brother to this. We're gonna go. So this is my Anderson Frontline. It's in 5.56 223. It's an 11.5-inch AR-15 pistol that we tricked out. We had a bunch of stuff like Rise Armament Trigger, Odysee Maritime Bolt Catch, Odin Works magazine release. We have the Anechoic 30L from Anechoic Suppressors. You can actually save some money. I have it over at the affiliates page. And if you're watching this on the green platform, just check out the description below. And we also got a Viridian Weapons Tech Flux 2K. It's a 2000 lumen angled foregrip light combo. All right, with that out of the way, this gun has pretty much 1,000 rounds through it. I love it. It's my kind of go-to AR-15 pistol. Now, I have been wanting to get into the lovely 300 Blackout, and Anderson just so happens to make a 300 Blackout Anderson Frontline. So as the video title says, yes, this is an Anderson Frontline pistol in 300 Blackout. So we're gonna go over what's in the box, we're gonna go over some of the features, and we're gonna tell you what we're gonna be doing to this rifle. So you guys don't see my address and all that stuff. It does have my name and for some reason my address, but also my FFL's address, which is Safety Harbor Firearms. You don't need to see all that information. We're gonna look it up, but it comes in an Anderson Manufacturing box. All right, so this is a 7.5-inch AR-15 pistol. You get one PMag. You get this lock. Who needs that? All right, so if you're out there, that's what I do with every lock and chamber flag. So this is the pistol. We're gonna put this aside for now. You also get, oh, look at that. Look what I just said, chamber flag. No. So you're going to get some swag. You got a couple stickers. Look at that. This is going to be added to the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. If you're not subscribed, we're like 60-something subscribers away here on YouTube to get to 5K. When we get to 5K, we're going to be giving away some swag, t-shirts. We might give away a receiver as long as you're not a felon and you're able to possess a firearm. I got some other stuff in here. Where is it? Uh-oh. Yeah, I'll figure out. There was a patch in here. I don't know what happened to it, but I'll find it. It might have actually, yeah, there was a patch in here. I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, that's what happened. That's what comes with. It doesn't really come with a it doesn't come with a manual because one, it's an AR-15, and if you have had the Anderson Frontline in 5.56, it's essentially the same thing. So this is a little nice short little devil. Yeah, Anderson Manufacturing. They're right in Hebron, Kentucky, American made. This is a 300 Blackout. All right, this is this gun, or the caliber, was actually designed for suppression. If you guys are new to 300 Blackout, it was actually designed to replace the MP5 SD the Navy SEALs were using because they wanted a rifle caliber but able to be subsonic and quiet like the MP5 SD. So the guys from, I think, Advanced Armaments, so Kevin Brittingham, they helped make 300 Blackout what it is. It was originally designed by, I believe, a man named J.D. Jones with 300 Whisper. The ogive of the 300 Whisper bullet was off, so they designed a different style of bullet to work in an AR-15 magazine. Subsonic, supersonic, it's super quiet. There's a wide variety of bullet weights. 300 Blackout is the shit. All right, it's what everyone buys a suppressor for because they want a super quiet rifle caliber intermediate cartridge. So some of the specs on the Anderson Frontline. Again, this is a 7.5-inch barrel. It comes in a 1-in-8 twist. It has a regular A2 flash hider threaded 5/8 by 24. It's got a, I believe this is a 6-inch, 7.5. So this is gonna be a 6-inch rail, I believe. I could be wrong, but the rail comes right up to the gas block. Pistol link system, obviously. Your mag pull, blade, brace. You're gonna have the break arms, warfighter charging handle. All front lines come with that. Obviously Anderson upper and lower. It's a complete gun. It has the Magpul K2 grip. So for those wanting a little bit of history on the Frontline, we went over this in the 223.556 variant. A little bit of very, very brief history. The Frontline was designed for the civilian market from Anderson because Anderson went to a couple local LEOs that they needed AR-15s, which was their utility rifle. That utility series formed into the Frontline, where they pretty much took the same characteristics, ambi charging handle, upgraded grip, the pistol brace, the castle nut and end plate are staked on here, it looks like, which is pretty cool. Mil spec internals, they have their own in-house. Everything's made in-house at Anderson Manufacturing, so that's kind of like the basis of it. But this is what we're gonna do. I was gracious enough to get a 30 caliber suppressor. Been running it on a 5.56. You want to run it on a 300 Blackout. A 300 Blackout, there's mostly two bullet. There's a lot of different types of bullet weights, but you want your supersonics for, say, hunting and range use, and subsonics for close quarters and some quiet times. All right. Most standard 300 Blackout subsonics is going to be a 220 grain bullet. Anything under 220 grains, for the most part, is going to be a supersonic. It's not going to be as quiet through a suppressor. I'm running a 0 back pressure can. So this thing, I have a feeling, is going to be a very quiet little AR pistol. Again, with a 7.5-inch barrel. We're going to be testing out a ton of different 300 Blackout. We're going to do accuracy. We're going to do reliability. I'm not going to get into the weeds with sound and all that crap. If it sounds good, it sounds good. That's going to be the suppressor testing. This is also going to be the suppressor host gun because I'm probably going to either pick up a new 5.56 dedicated can from Andy Kowick or another company, or I'm just going to, I'm going to go a hub mount on this so I can kind of interchange back and forth depending on what I want. I'm really not looking to upgrade this AR-15 that much, this AR-15 pistol. It already has an ambi charging handle, which is a good pro. It's got the grip I would pretty much choose, which is also a pro. I'm not a fan of the blade brace. I understand why they put it on here for, manufacturing reasons and stuff like that. This one I probably will upgrade to a SB Tactical SBA3. The trigger, I typically change out my triggers for the most part. I don't mind the mil-spec Anderson trigger. I really don't. It's not bad. I prefer a flatter trigger like the LE-145 Rise Armament drop-in trigger we have in the 5.56 version. I might get that same trigger. I might get another one. Who knows? Or I might get a Geisley in here. I don't know. I could put a Timney Gold in here. Who knows? Or Timney Double Diamond trigger. Something. I definitely will upgrade the bolt release. I have fat thumbs, and having the maritime bolt catch, I'm not going to do a video on installing it. That's just automatically the number one part I'll put on here. I would suggest, if you guys at Anderson are watching this video, that would be something I personally think would contrast this pistol, this whole series of ARs very well with that maritime bolt catch or a wider bolt catch, because again, for guys with smaller hands, this little nub to hit the bolt release to kind of hold the bolt back, if you had that wider paddle, I think it would be a lot easier. It would just, I think that would be one part that would just contrast this, and out the box you'd be all set. We're going to be testing different types of subsonics as well. We want to see what is the quietest. Just think of this as the series of you're new to 300 Blackout, and we're going to see what works, and we're going to see, okay, is this quiet? I got a 6-inch suppressor, so a full-size suppressor. How quiet can I get this for it to be enjoyable? How accurate is it going to be? All that stuff. We're going to be doing a ton of 300 Blackout videos. I'm not going to take this night shooting. I don't have nods. That's not really what I'm into. I think I will go with a red dot and magnifier setup on this, either Romeo and Juliet or a Holosun option. One thing I will say, 300 Blackout is kind of expensive right now, so I'm saving up a little bit to invest into 1,000 rounds of supers at least, so I can have some ammo to test. I was at Academy yesterday getting some ammo, and the cheapest 300 Blackout I found was like $34 a box. That is hefty. There is no ammo sponsor for the channel, so ammo is going to be used very sparingly, so be prepared when you're watching videos on 300 Blackout on this channel. We're probably only going to shoot at best 20 rounds out of the mag for certain testing, just because certain subsonic bullets can get up to $43 a box at 20. And we're not Kennedys here. So the only other thing I would like to test out is when they were building 300 Blackout, and for those who watch the channel, you guys know I'm a huge fan of the Honey Badger. That is literally like my unicorn gun. The Honey Badger is a SBR from Q for 300, designed specifically to achieve the maximum capability of 300 Blackout. This has a 1 8 twist barrel, I believe. 300 Blackout, actually, it was made to go out of a 9-inch barrel, but they have this thing called fast twist. So when you hear twist rate, so this is a 7.5-inch barrel. The bullet is going to have one full rotation every 8 inches. So this barrel is actually barely getting one full rotation. Will that help out in accuracy, or will it decrease the accuracy? We don't know. 7.5 inch is kind of like the gold standard for 300 Blackout pistols. What I would like to do is, I do know that there's a couple barrels out there in a 7.5 inch barrel. I don't have to change the gas system. I'd like to go down to a 1 in 5 twist. So 7.5 inch barrel, okay. The barrel makes one rotation every 5 inches. So that barrel is already making one full rotation. And that's going to kind of benefit with either the heavier or lighter loads, depending on the bullet type, the powder, and the loading and all that stuff, especially with it being suppressed as well. I would like to see could I maximize that. That would be the only other thing. Try a fast twist barrel. That's not that complicated, but again, if you guys want to get one of these, they are out of stock at the moment. They're trying to get their stock back up, but you can actually build this from the ground up from Anderson Manufacturing. You can get your BCGs, your lower parts kit, barrels, all that stuff. Get that all from Anderson. Use the discount code. You can save actually 15% instead of 10. So this gun is going to be pretty sweet. I'm excited to see what we're going to do with this. This is going to be like kind of a home defense, do-all-purpose 300 Blackout pistol. But I'm excited. Please do me a favor. Comment down below if you have any experience with the 300 Blackout. What do you use? What do you run? What's your favorite loading? Or what do you use for optics? What is it? What's the trigger you like to use? Do you use it for nods? Do you use it for pig hunting? Do you use it for home defense? What do you use the 300 Blackout for? And have you had any experience with a fast twist barrel? Those are all questions I'm asking you, and you can actually comment down below. I try and reply to every single comment unless you're trying to insult me, and I just kind of skip over you. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Big shout out to Anderson Manufacturing for sending this 300 Blackout out. I'm super pumped. I can't wait to get some ammo in this, and we're going to get to the range and have a fun old time. Guys, stay safe, stay shooting. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.